Okay, so for week 9 of fall anime, the anime season is almost finished, so we only have like a couple episodes left. About like 3 or 4 until we get a lot of finales. But yeah, that's kind of sad. I took a break last week as well because I thought it was a bit uneventful. Like, of course, like the big shows popped off. Bleach was insane. We saw Shunsui's Bankai for the first time. Like, what the hell? Also, after that Dandadan, an insane fight where people get naked at the end. Who could have predicted this? But yeah, besides that, the other stories are very solid. So Orb, there's like real tension each episode. When you see Nowak come into the scene, reintroduce, is so scary. Blue Lock got some like cool episodes. You know, like the under 20 keeps going, but yeah, the animation is still suffering. There's some decent scenes with like the main important characters. So yeah, you see like Rin's kind of family drama. You see Nagi and Reo, and then you see Isagi. And also besides that, in anime news, Beastars dropped on Netflix the final season 3. Oh my god. I mean, I kept up with season 1 and 2. It did fall in popularity greatly after season 1, but yeah, 12 episodes dropped instantly. It was kind of expected that we got it, but yeah, like the whole anime dropped in a day. That's kind of nuts. I didn't finish it, but I saw the first episode. It was fine. Some more drama happening in the school, and yeah, you know, the same familiar characters over there. While Legoshi and Haru get their happy ending, I'll keep you updated once I finish watching it, but yeah, we'll see there. And yeah, besides that, let's get started with the week. So starting with Dandadan, so yeah, we have episodes 9 and 10. Basically, the kind of Nessie fight continues, and then episode 10 was like the aftermath, where, you know, the characters are okay. They get their like kind of get together, eat food together. So the anime is kind of nuts where we don't really stay in one place for so long. Each fight kind of takes 1 or 2 episodes, and then we go on to the next thing. That's kind of impressive. Like here, this fight with like the kind of boxer punching praying mantis, and then the Serpos, and then a Nessie coming in. Like just like 3-4 different enemies at once. Everyone's getting destroyed in this like kind of spiritual world. And Okurun's like butt ass naked as well. But yeah, Ayase comes in to help everybody. We see Ira kind of has her like acro silky dance powers as well. So yeah, everyone's kind of like holding their own, fighting all the enemies. We see Serpos with their like kind of final form and creating like this like awesome zone where their powers are suppressed. And then yeah, Momo comes in and helps them. There's like some gags, some funny stuff there, and then like the whole school gets flooded as well, so they start like swimming underwater. It's so nuts. Like, what is happening? Like, this fight is so crazy. The colors are also like very crazy, like just green, yellow environments, backgrounds. They're kind of swimming underwater, and then this giant Nessie monster is shooting lasers at them. It transforms with the other monsters as well, and then it's just like punching them. It has no weaknesses pretty much. So yeah, they do kind of like a creative heroic triple attack. Momo kind of gets up and close, and then she realizes that the punching praying mantis dude, he's too big, so his body starts collapsing on its own. And then Ira comes in, she like kind of ties him up with the hair, and now Okurun has like a path to run to attack the monster. He runs on the hair and then goes all out and kicks it in the face. That was so cool. And then they beat the alien. So yeah, job well done. No one really got severely injured, and we kind of fought like 4 aliens at once. Like, that's such a badass thing for our characters to accomplish. But yeah, the problem is, since they were in the middle of school when they got teleported, they returned there, butt ass naked, wet, and then hugging each other. So yeah, it's such a sus scene right there, and the whole school kind of sees them naked. Like, obviously it didn't need to be like this, but I mean, there's like a theme in Dandadan where a lot of the fights kind of end up with people getting their clothes like burnt, torn off, either naked or just like half naked. So this is no exception. And then yeah, they kind of like run away after like being stripped in school, run to the nurse's office. So that's where we get episode 10. They kind of chill in the nurse's office. We see the nurse character, new waifu out here. If you like older women, then, you know, Seika's there, and then this nurse is here. The nurse's name is Queen Sensei, and then she hates bullying, but she's kind of like a masochistic bully herself. So yeah, interesting kind of character traits over there. You know, none of these characters are normal. They all have some like kind of funny quirk with them. But yeah, basically the kind of squad kind of gets closer together. We see Ira, she regrets kind of shit talking Momo. We also see the little praying mantis dude. He has like a son named Chiquita, and then his son is like sick, terminally ill, and then the price to get like blood transfusions for him is just way too expensive, so that's why he's like kind of fighting people on Earth. He just wants to make money, so he's teaming up with the Serpos. It's like a random ass backstory for him, but then we realize that their blood is like actually milk, so then they give them a cow. So instead of paying for the operations, just have a cow so you can just like get unlimited blood transfusions. Kind of random, but yeah, we just ship them a cow. Apparently he drinks raw milk. He doesn't like the pasteurized one. It's not strong enough. So is RFK Jr. onto something? Is drinking raw milk a Dandadan reference? But yeah, after, you know, defeating this underwater monster, they also like eat food together again. This time to eat sushi. So that's nice and funny. And we basically resolved this fight in 2 episodes. And then episode 10, we're just like chilling, hanging out in school, and then, you know, talking to the aliens. Give him the cow. He sails off in his UFO, but he's like, I'll offer you help if you need it in the future. So that's kind of fun too. So yeah, we kind of end the episode there, but yeah, just like a cliffhanger. We made a new character. He has like this red hair. His name is Gigi. He looks like Momo's childhood friend. Okurun gets so jealous. I'm like, yeah, bro, I feel you. It's probably not gonna be too serious because we spent this entire anime developing Okurun and Momo's relationship, but it feels kind of fair game. Like, you know, Okurun, he's like a shy dude, so this is just in character. Him to feel jealous like this. So yeah, we'll see how he navigates through everything. But also I like the anime because it's like kind of equal opportunity. You know, Momo kind of has Gigi as like a rival love interest, and then Okurun has Ira, so it's like pretty much equal there. But yeah, I guess they're destined for each other anyway. We'll see. But yeah, Dandadan, there's love, there's romance, but there's also fights. So yeah, anything can happen. And yeah, we'll see if there's gonna be anything cooking. 2 more episodes left. So yeah, enough time for another fight to happen, maybe. Also after that, we have Bleach, the 1,000-year blood war. Episodes 9 and 10. Insane. Episode 9 was so cool. Shunsui fight. He fights with the kind of sniper dude X. His name is also Lily Baro. So he seemed kind of weak when, you know, Squad Zero faced off with him. We saw Oetsu just like, you know, cut his arm off very quickly. But yeah, these Quincy's have multiple forms. Basically in this fight, his like sniper kind of like tracks Shunsui and like instantly targets and kills him. But basically his Zanpakuto kind of like makes you play a game. It can be any game, but yeah, he kind of has to explain the rules to you as well. This time they're playing red light, green light. So X kind of has to track him, but yeah, Shunsui has like after images and shadows, so he can't really like shoot him for sure. Shunsui is so strong, bro. He's like swinging his sword around when X is like distracted. But yeah, as the fight keeps going, Shunsui is like a bit outmatched. He starts running away. X transforms into like this random god monster. So I didn't really expect this. I thought he'd be a sniper, but nah, he's just like a god that takes no damage. Like a flying angelic like white monster. But yeah, basically the fact that he said you can't damage me, nothing can damage me, it made me realize, wait, he can damage himself. So yeah, that's when Shunsui uses his Bankai. It's very nice. It's like split up into 4 phases, where he's basically kind of trapping X into like a play setting where everything is like voluntarily X is doing to himself. So yeah, first off, it kind of reflects any damage the user takes. So yeah, when X is shooting Shunsui, he's like basically shooting himself. Second one, he kind of gets like this disease plague put on him. Third one, he's just like drowning underwater. And fourth one, he just like, you know, dies. So that's like so funny. Also, we see his Zanpakuto spirit. Her name is Katen Kyokotsu, which is like this hot goth mommy. Like, okay, bro, I knew he was cultured. Like he was wearing that pink komodo the whole series, but his sword spirit is like the new waifu over here. Another like strong female design in Bleach. It is so nice. But yeah, like he kind of like rests on her lap as they like kill the guy. We kind of get like some lore about them. They have a pact to try to die together, so yeah, that's interesting. And then yeah, I guess he doesn't really call on her like too much because she's kind of like mad that she hasn't seen him in a while. But yeah, his Bankai I guess is powerful. So we finally see Shansui's true ability. It is nice, you know, finally. So yeah, that's also one thing I really like about the Blood War as well, is that like all these other characters that were saving their powers, it wasn't the right time to use it. Now they're using it. So yeah, these Quincy's are super strong. They have like god level phase 2s and stuff. Also episode 10, next episode, we get a Mayuri fight again because he beat the hand guy Pernita. But yeah, the problem is the hand guy broke through the baby and now he's like kind of wreaking havoc. He has like Quincy arrows on his fingers and he has 2 hands, so he's just like shooting like 10 arrows at the same time onto Mayuri. So yeah, Mayuri gets saved by Nemu. And then this episode's kind of like Nemu development as she just like kind of sacrifices herself. He kind of like kill Pernita, and then Mayuri kind of like gets saddened because he didn't order Nemu to die. He wanted her to like keep evolving, be perfect. He's also being a bit tsundere because yeah, he did have attachment to Nemu. And then Nemu's like, yeah, this is my purpose. Like this is how I'll evolve. I'll sacrifice myself for you. So I mean, it is nice. But also, yeah, I don't think we're forgetting that Mayuri is like an evil dude, a fucked up experimenter. He basically created Nemu. She's just like a child slave. Yeah, she has no agency in herself. Like, it's very fucked up. He's trying to compete with Uruhara as well because he has like the 2 kids on his own. But yeah, don't get it twisted. None of this is making Mayuri like a redeemed character. He's still evil. I hope we all know that. So I mean, a good way to write the evil character to show him that he has like a bit of a heart. And he also has these revival pods that he used to save Kenpachi. And he puts himself in one, and then we see Tsumoto, they're still alive. They got killed last season. I was so shocked. These are like real characters. We've been with them the whole series, and now they're dead. But yeah, it looks like Mayuri kind of like revived them from like the zombie form, so that's cool. It looks like there's no significant consequences, but their lifespan has like been reduced. But besides that, you know, the season's almost over, but yeah, we defeated 2 of the Stern Ritters. So yeah, just like Basby facing off against that like kind of blonde general dude who's like the number 2 behind you watch. We see the Femme Ritter girls also like fighting, so that's cool. So yeah, I'm not sure where the story story's gonna go. I don't think we have enough time to finish the anime though. There's so many loose ends to tie up, so many characters left to still fight. I know like there's gonna be a fight with Yoruichi as well. I don't think that's gonna happen in this season, but yeah, that's like one thing I know that's coming up. So yeah, besides that, you know, anime does continue. More generators out here, and then yeah, more characters, more fights go on. The quality's like really nice still. Okay, so for Orb episodes 10 and 11, these past 2 episodes were very funny because 10 was like a very hopeful episode. We discovered the truth. Badini, he's kind of publishing his research. They're kind of gonna solve the astronomy problem, the church kind of suppressing everybody. It's all gonna be good. But then yeah, it's a bit too hopeful. This anime's gonna have 25 episodes. We can't just solve everything right here. So, yeah, we see the Inquisitors coming in. There's like a lot of new ones in training, and then there's Nowak. He's everywhere, man. I don't know how old he is, but yeah, he has like a daughter, Yolenta, so he must be like pushing 40s. But the problem is he's gonna directly antagonize Badini and Oxy, it looks like, because yeah, they meet in episode 11. That's kind of sick. But basically he kind of like trains these 2 Inquisitors. They're like rookies in training. He teaches them how to torture people, and then his logic is that like he's just following orders. Like he can't really have any autonomy. He's not really evil, he's just like doing what he's told, so he doesn't really think for himself. And then yeah, he's good at like inflicting pain. But basically this is kind of like classic anime telling you the church is evil. They're gonna lie to you, they're gonna be hypocrites, and then they're gonna suppress the truth, and it's up to like the heroes to kind of fight against them. Yeah, it's no different here pretty much. So yeah, the church is so evil. This episode kind of made you sympathize with the main characters, and then like, you know, see how fucked up the torturing is. It's pretty bad. But basically they want to control people. And then the astronomy thing, that's like the main focus they're doing right now. So it looks like Nowak is like put under priority for that. So the problem is, as Badini kind of finishes up his research, he's about to write this like thesis statement. Him and Oxy get caught by Nowak because they were hanging out with Yolenta, and it was kind of like a good kind of drinking party. And then the dad shows up. Everyone's kind of speechless. Oxy remembers him. I assume he remembers Oxy as well. Maybe not, because it was like really dark. But yeah, that's the issue. He kind of like tells them, yo, hold up. So yeah, at the end of this episode, he grills them. We don't know what's gonna happen. Insane cliffhanger. I assume they're not gonna fight or kill each other just yet, but there's gonna be like a huge confrontation. It's probably gonna be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing with my daughter? But he doesn't want to worry Yolenta, so he like kind of escorts her up ahead. And then yeah, he just like shows up and starts talking to them. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. Very tense episode though. You know, church is evil, and then religion's all about control. That's a big theme here. All right, so for Ranma 1/2, we have 10 episodes. I haven't talked about this anime too much, but I've been watching it. It's really good. A high quality remake. So yeah, I mean, the story's like nothing crazy. It kind of just like a new funny thing happens each week. Maybe we fight a different member of the school that like kind of terrorizes the main characters, and then Ranma and Akane kind of like, you know, keep fighting against each other. But yeah, they do kind of get closer. There was like an episode where Akane kind of like chops her hair off. Ranma kind of like protects her with some stuff. They team up with a lot of stuff. We see like new characters kind of being slowly introduced to the cast. There's also Ryoga, who's kind of like cursed as well, so he transforms into a pig when he's in cold water. So him and Ranma kind of hate each other. We see that Ryoga in pig form, his name is Pichon, and Akane is like very attached to him in pig form, so that's kind of funny. She doesn't really know yet. Also after that, they were doing like this ice skating competition against these like kind of like psychopathic ice skaters. That was funny. One of the dudes kind of like made out with Ranma in like female form, so that was also funny. But yeah, this episode we meet this new kind of purple haired character that kind of kisses Ranma. That's crazy. Akane gets a bit jealous, everyone's surprised, and then yeah, we end the episode there. But yeah, fun remake so far. It's like really high quality. So I love how every intro in each episode is kind of unique. They do some like different type of animation style, or like kind of dress up setting change to kind of like tell the intro. So that's like really creative. Makes me want to just like watch every week to see like what new stuff they have there. But besides that, you know, funny story, nothing like, you know, too serious, like lighthearted, just like school fighting adventures. Okay, so for Blue Box episode 10, the romance kind of continues. This is the most vanilla romance show I've seen this season. I've seen it in a while. But yeah, it's just like very wholesome. The characters are slowly, you know, getting closer. Of course, like, you know, they have to win the inter-high competition. They have to focus on their sports clubs before they can actually, like, you know, work on the romance. But that's not going to stop them. Since they do live with each other, the romance kind of progresses very quickly. There was an episode where Taiki gets sick, and then Shinatsu kind of, like, takes care of him, kind of cooks him food, and then gives him medicine. Problem is she kind of, like, trips on his bed, and then she, like, lands on top of him. So they kind of, like, try to brush it off there. It seems like they're both very awkward and shy, which is, like, natural, but they don't really want to communicate it fully. Because, yeah, they live together. They don't want to make things weird. But yeah, now the problem is they're all just like kind of questioning everything that's happening. Once we do break through that barrier though, it'll probably like progress smoothly. Like, that's kind of like the main obstacle here. Just like the main two characters are way too shy to communicate fully. He's not worthy enough for her, since she's like, you know, the star of the basketball team anyway. And he's kind of like just like a mid first year badminton player. He's not that good yet. So yeah, we're gonna see both of them improve probably. Taiki himself, he failed like the qualification for the inter high, so he has like a lot of stuff to work on. But yeah, you know, like very vanilla romance, very slow paced. If they did not live together, then there's no chance it would have been in a relationship at all. But a very chill anime though. Nothing too offensive with it, but yeah, it's just like a bit slow paced. So yeah, that's like one thing I have to say for it. Also, we do have I'll Become a Villainess, who goes down in history, episode 10. I said it before in episode 1 in my first week review, but yeah, it's similar to like the Villainess level 99, where the main character, she's training really hard. She's like a good villainess. The story kind of plays a bit different than like the game she's used to. So yeah, a lot of like kind of evil stuff is happening, but then she's like discovering more people to help her. She finds the king's brother, and then she fixes his eye actually. So she gives him her eyeball, and now she's wearing like an eye patch. That's very unexpected. I thought she'd just heal his eyes, but which kind of works out because yeah, he gets his eyesight, which is cool. He can kind of confront the king. And then she also like has a cool eye patch, so she looks like an even more legit villainess. Also, the backstory for the king's brother was surprisingly like sad. So he got kicked out and expelled to the village. No one really knows his origins. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen there. Also after that though, yeah, another big thing that's happening, besides Alicia and the blue-haired prince's romance, is that the heroine of the story, Liz, she's actually like kind of corrupting everyone around her with her kind of like nice attitude and kind of forgive everyone. But yeah, that in turn is just like brainwashing everybody. So it's kind of like very toxic to be around her. It's like very unnatural. So the story's kind of set up. We'll see how they wrap up the anime. It's gonna have 13 episodes. We also have TsumaSho episode 10. Yes, so if my wife becomes an elementary school student. So yeah, I mean, D-Gen concept, but like, of course, we went in knowing this. Why'd they have to do this? But there's some twists here. There's some like, you know, expected sad moments between every character. Everyone has some type of sad backstory. We see Takai's mom like went through a lot of shit. Like she became just like her mother. She's very abusive, but now she's apologetic. And then yeah, the main thing that happened in this final arc is that like, you know, everyone's happy, but then the elementary school girl, she like kind of gets control of her body. And we see their backstory, so it kind of like spoilers here. But basically Takai, the mom, she's a ghost. That she's possessing this 10-year-old girl. Interesting enough, but yeah, like it's just coincidence that they look similar. So yeah, it's kind of like a fucked up thing, I guess, because yeah, like the real daughter isn't like living her life. She's like trapped in the body. But yeah, it looked like it wasn't really a malicious thing, because in turn, like when the wife was possessing the daughter was about to get hit by a truck. So like the wife kind of saved her life. So they made it good. It's still like very like sappy, like very anime like. All these kind of like coincidences and conveniences that make the characters not evil. Keisuke, he's like the kind of like the loser husband that didn't move on yet. He's trying to like move on, marry another girl, because if he does, then his wife will have no more earthly attachment. She'll be able to move on freely, knowing that her husband can like live without her. So yeah, he's kind of doing this for her. Everyone's kind of saddened by his decision though, because he's like, you're basically turning your back on your wife again. I'm like, bitch, she's dead. This is a ghost. Like, it's not real. Like, you know, let him, he's doing the right thing. But they're trying to make it sad, and it's like final arc, I guess. So yeah, stuff is going on. I just wanted to like mention it. I've been watching it. It's not like great, but there's some like expected sad moments that, you know, hit you sometimes. Also after that, we have Arco Trip. I'll talk about this very quickly, but yeah, we have 11 episodes. Very cute anime, you know, gushing over magical girls, the PG version. But it's just like so funny seeing Berry Blossom fight with Date. Like nothing happens in this anime. Like all the characters are pretty much the same throughout. The villains are inept. These magical girl fights are so low stakes, they don't matter. I think the city would be better off without these people, like kind of messing things up. But yeah, Berry Blossom, she likes to be a hero. It like gives her purpose. And yeah, you know, story goes on. A lot of like cute moments between the characters. So there's some interesting thing happening now where the little cat familiar Mashiro that helps Berry Blossom, he gets kidnapped. So yeah, it looks like his body, like he got transformed into a cat. So it looks like the evil organization is gonna cure him. But the problem is Berry Blossom kind of needs him for energy. So now she's like very sad and drained. So yeah, we need to save Mashiro. We need to get him back to Berry Blossom. But I mean, he's like a grown man, so I don't know what they're gonna do. But basically, yeah, that's what's going on in this anime. Also, for Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Season 5, Episode 9. We had a break last week, actually, so we should have had 10 episodes. But yeah, I guess JC staff working too hard. This anime is like pretty decent, like decent quality. And they do a lot of shows every season. But basically, we're kind of rescuing Bell because in episode 8, he kind of had a breakthrough. He's not going to be controlled anymore. He's not going to fall into despair. He is part of the Hestia Familia. So yeah, fuck the Freya Familia. They can't mind break him. They can't kill him. They can't fight him every day. He's just going to power through everything. So yeah, that's our main character we know and love. He's the little rookie. He's a small dude, but he's always growing very strong. We see the whole city's kind of fighting back too, because Freya's curse is being broken. Hermes kind of like spreads this like firewood. He doesn't really know why he's doing it, but he knows he's under Freya's curse. So he's just like, you know, repeating these activities while Hestia kind of helps him. We see Hestia's blood is in the wood. So she kind of creates like this altar from this like furnace in the city and like cleanses everybody. I thought that was like cool in character power for her. And then yeah, like she kind of like rescues Belle. That was nice seeing them together. Freya's a bit saddened because yeah, all her planning, her evil fucked up plan is just like ruined. And now everyone knows she's evil. Like, she probably has to die or some shit. But yeah, she says the words, war games. So we saw Apollo and Hestia facing off in a previous war game. There's another one with Freya. I mean, hopefully things are fine. It seems like Freya Familia is super strong, but then the characters are like, you know, getting inspired. They're angry. And they're gonna fight back. We see Ice and Ryu kind of teaming up as well. So yeah, you know, cool episode. Belle is kind of free from this gaslighting, this mental torture, which is nice. We see the girl kind of rescued him, like the seer body double girl. So yeah, it looks like she got stabbed. Like she tried to kill herself because she like feels bad betraying Freya. But then they kind of rescue her. So yeah, it looks like no one has really died this season. But yeah, just like a lot of like tragic shit has happened in the meanwhile. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, the curse is broken. Everyone is back to normal. And yeah, War Games is gonna happen soon. And yeah, that was it for the shows this week. Thank you for watching. You know, some other shows do continue. I didn't mention Blue Lock season 2 continues. 14 episodes. We got 4 more left. But yeah, it's been hype. But animation has been like very distracting still. So I gotta mention that each week. But yeah, I'll try to do like a more in-depth dive as we kind of like finish up the season. Besides that, Tower of God has been pretty awful in his final arc. Like these fights are so bad. And then the story is like kind of, and the story is like not great in this workshop battle. Like it was good when we saw the new characters, but after that was kind of whatever. And yeah, that's it. A lot of other romance shows, other animes do continue. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace.